Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Wherever you are in the world today, I hope that you are doing great. Hope that all is pleasant for you. And most importantly, my friends, I hope that you are in good health. Once again, welcome to the Common Sense channel. On this channel, my friends, we get to talk about those things that people know, that people have thought about, but don't often have the time to discuss. These, my friends, are the things we discuss here on the Common Sense channel. So, once again, welcome to the Common Sense channel. So, today I want to talk to you about some of the changes that are happening in the great United States. And I can say across the globe too. Some of the changes that are happening in the story of humanity. And I think because of these changes, my friends, we, humanity, our story will be different. And I don't think it's going to happen in the next distant future. I think technology is the vehicle for that change. But for not just for that change, but for all of the changes that will bring us together. We are one family, not looking at it from a global standpoint, from a globalist standpoint, because I'm not a globalist. But I believe globalist is an ideology, but we are family from a humanistic viewpoint, not from a globalist viewpoint, because I despise globalism, globalist ideology. Because globalist ideology, they may present it to you as is inclusive, is welcoming, is accepting to all. Not true, if you understand what it is. Because their view is you can share everything, but how is the things that they're talking about, how is it share? That's the question. So that's not even part of the discussion on this video. But I just want to talk about some of the changes. And I'm so happy and I'm so excited that America, as it's always been, a place that is continuously striving to be better, to be great, to be a place that's welcoming. I'm not one of those people that look at what's happening now in this country and just generalize everything. I've never been someone that looks at someone based on what someone says about them. I've never been someone that look at a race of people, a color of people, a society, a community, and generalize what I know about that culture on the masses of that culture, race, or gender of people. Never been like that. And I'm grateful to the Creator and the Almighty for making me the person that I am. I'll always be grateful to this country. Even if I'm not in this country, even if I'm outside of America, I'll tell someone who is outside of this country and has no clue, no idea of what this country is other than what they see on social media or on movies. Now tell them that whatever you saw or whatever was propagated to you about the United States is not true. And that's what I do on my channel. I'm not going to say I'm the only one that does this. There are other people out there that are truth tellers, that are looking at America for what it is, a project that is constantly working on itself to be better, to be great. Some of the divisions that are happening in this country, these are French people who understand one thing, that the only way you can rule, the only way you can control is through divide and conquer. And it's always been my dream that we can see it. And I think our world is getting there. And not just this country. Our world is becoming so connected that someone in the Middle East, the so-called Middle East, someone in Africa, someone in South America is able to see the reality of what is being projected to them, of this country, of the people, the great people of this country. Um, I've been around America, and I work with different people from all walks of life. Some of these people don't even care about what you drive, the house you live in. You know what they care about? What they can produce for themselves. I'm telling you, this is just a humanistic characteristics that if everyone is doing well, we are not going to do well at the same level because our thinking processes are not the same. We all don't think alike. And guess what? That's our diversity. We all don't think alike, but it doesn't mean that we don't think like someone who thinks like us. But we all don't think alike. And I think it's a great thing. Because imagine if we all think alike, we all go in the same direction without someone telling us to stop. But if you have a diversity of thoughts, a diversity of thinking, then you're able to coalesce around each other and make things work and make things happen. That's the reason why you must have diversity of thought, not color. Your color has nothing to do with your diversity. So when you look at people's behavior and why they do what they do, you must always think about why they are doing these things. But if everyone is doing great, and that's the case of America, where you don't need to envy anyone. If someone is driving a Lamborghini or Mercedes Benz or BMW or Ford, a Nissan, Toyota, whatever it is that you're driving, if you want that, you can have it. It's called capitalism, my friend. That's what the United States is. You understand? So all of these changes that are happening, all of the hate, the phobia, the ism, the schism that they said this country is, it's not. But it doesn't mean that it's not there. When I look to social media and I see black people fighting each other, it almost as if it's black on black crime. Even though it's not physical, but what's stopping it from being physical? Nothing. But these are not your making. These are not your doing. Some people come on social media with an agenda. That's the reason why I personally will never take it from the Common Sense channel. Take someone else's video and talk about it on my video or your content. No, because I don't know your agenda. Some people have agenda to spark things, to start riot, to start conflict. That's their agenda. Some of them being paid to do these things. You don't know. They come in different forms. They talk like you. They behave like you. They look like you. So you shouldn't just go in there and hear them talking and all of a sudden you just jump on their wagon. Be wise. The secret is once you discover yourself, you start to see these things. You start to see them the moment they start to talk. You look at it and say, this is a fraud. This right here is an instigator. It's a person with an agenda to divide and conquer. The real people behind that person, you'll never see. but they are the ones facilitating everything they're doing. Why? Because they have to create this conflict so it keep them in power. For instance, during election time, we haven't seen this yet, but it doesn't mean that it's not happening. They will create conflict. They will create something so that you can be trapped on that, so you can be distracted on that. Whether it's a race conflict between the races, they'll create that. I personally believe that African American or Black American has nothing against Africans. I know that. Why? Because I live with African American. The first people I ever encountered in this country that were my friends, true friends, people that I share commonality with, were African Americans. Yeah, they showed me what the country was. They showed me the food. They embraced me. I know their culture. And not only that, the moment I start there, anyway, if you ever live in New York, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I know their culture. And my experience with the African American or Black American, no one can change that because it's not he, she. It's not they say. It's not he say. It's not she say. It's not hearsay. No. I experience these things. So no one is going to come on and tell me, come out from anywhere and tell me on social media what African American or Black American thinks of me. Same with white people too. I have many white people, many white friends when I was in high school in this country. Treated me excellent, treated me with respect. Places of my culture where they didn't understand, they asked me with respect, and I taught them and I educated them about where I was from, my culture. You understand? So in every society, it's just not in this country, anywhere in the world, there are people who are ignorant by intention so that they can create conflict so people can fight each other. I've done numerous videos where I say we're in the lab. We're like a matrix. Whoever came out with that term, the matrix, understood what was happening to us. Something is happening to us. And I think whatever is happening to us is changing for the better. I'm not going to say being a Muslim American is a crime in this country. America is a diverse country. We know that. When it comes to belief systems, America is diverse. When it comes to religious beliefs, America is diverse. When it comes to race, ethnicity, gender orientation, America is diverse. Our diversity is the better part of this country. And our diversity can be used against us to divide us. And that's what we ought to know. A person can be a Jew, but they're American. If you ask them first, if they're genuinely honest, they'll tell you they're American first. You must be American first before you can be anything. That's your nationality. Look, your spirit is embedded in the country. Even if you passes away, your spirit is still going to be here. So you are that place. And whatever name that place has is you first, before anything. See, I'm an African. I was born in Africa. And I have the African spirit in me. Nothing is going to make me be ashamed of that because that's who I am. That's where I was born. But I live in America. And the reason why I embrace this country is because America has never done anything harm to me. It doesn't mean I don't know the history of this country. I do. But I judge the country based on how I see it. And based on my knowledge of the people of this country, it don't mean that they are not bad people. It don't mean that there are not ignorant people. There are ignorant people. But these people themselves are also victim too of someone trying to create the division, to divide and conquer. And that's what you need to know. If you watch my videos, this is what I do here. I cannot be stupid to lump an entire culture of people, an entire country of people in the demises of those who are trying to say that about this country. I cannot do that. Whether you're black, you're white, I understand your history, I understand your culture, and I know for sure whoever is with an agenda out there will not get me to fall to the whatever is it they're trying to do. America is a great country. America is a project that is constantly working to change. So let's talk about those changes that are exciting to me. To know that a Muslim from this great state of Michigan, I know there are many other great states in this country. America is comprising of states. If for those of you that are outside of this country that don't know, America is comprising of states that comes together as a union to do things together. Don't mean that they may not fight each other. That's a family. Every family does that. Let me tell you, even in your own family, there are people that may disagree with you in your own family. There are people that don't like your progress within your own family. There are people within your family that may not even support what you're trying to achieve in your own family. But at the end of the day, you is a family. You understand? The black people in this country are, in my view, incredible. I've never met a black person in America, black Americans or African Americans have treated me nasty. Never. Because I don't treat them like that. I don't see them like that. Because when I first came to this country, everything that they were going through, I went through it. It was at that moment I learned that I was no different than they are. And then I start to learn the history. So when I come on my channel, I'm well informed about all of the cultures in this country. I understand the history. I'm one of those people when I was in high school in this country. I started debunking the American history. In fact, I argue all the time that something was wrong with it. How did I know? Because I studied the whole history from back home in Africa. Yeah, I laid hand on the American history book when I was only 10 years old. And I started reading it. Yes, 10 years old. That's way before I came here. So our division are not predicated on what they want you to believe for those of you who are outside. Because I've seen some YouTubers, all they want to do is talk about the division in this country without even understanding the history of this country. You need to understand, look, if America is so divided, why is it the greatest country on the planet? Every country has internal issues. So if you're in Africa, you're a YouTuber, or in Europe, South America, don't be talking about this country like that. Yes, America has problems, but those problems are like the problems any family has. For those of us that are black in this country, Africans, we see. Those who are instigating black on black argument, hatred, you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win. Why? Because the truth will win. The truth will win against anyone propagating hatred. At the end of the day, in my view now, we are all victims of circumstances that we are not even in control of. And you just need to see it. Some of you who are doing these instigations, you know this truth. You know them. And you're just making it worse, but it's not going to happen. So back to Michigan, which I'm excited for. And I think Michigan's story with that Muslim, I think he should accept his religion. I think he should be proud to be a Muslim. If he was a Jew, I think he should be proud to be a Jew. If he was a Christian, I think he should be proud to say, I'm a Christian. Representing my state, the state that I live in, and trying to do the people's work, or trying to serve the people of Michigan. Because in this country, if you don't know now, you're not appointed because of your religion to any office in this country. You're not appointed because of your ethnicity to any office in this country. You're not appointed to your office, although they try to make it like that. We know the people, we know the parties, political parties that try to make it like that you should be appointed based on the color of your skin, your religion, your religious background, your gender orientation, your whatever, your color. No, we know these people. And these people are the ones dividing this country. And that's the truth. You should be appointed to office in this country. And that's what the Constitution is about. Based on your constituencies, needs and wants, those things that are very important to them. That's what you're supposed to be appointed. You're representing them. Look, this country went to war with the British Empire just based on this truth. A representative government. They said we are fighting you because we feel we're not represented. We're paying our taxes and you are not representing us. It's the same thing happening today. You have politicians that you are paying to represent you in Congress, and they are not. And they want to make it to be a race, to be a religious thing. So that dude in Michigan that beat this person, that had millions of dollars in that race, should be proud of their ethnicity, should be proud of their race, should be proud of their religion. Because in this country, based on what I've been taught and based on what I know, no one is appointed to office. And the Constitution supported, the founding fathers supported this. Those who think that the founding fathers were super religious people, I'm talking to you, that you shouldn't be appointed to no office based on because you're Muslim, you're Christian, you're Jews, or you serve Judaism, whatever is it your religious beliefs background is, should be sent to represent your constituency or your state based primarily on what you can do to make their lives better. And that's what we saw in the great state of Michigan. Michigan is a great state. Any of those states that prove these scaremongers, these instigators, these haters that are trying to divide this country, that prove them wrong, I salute you with great reverence and respect. And that's the changes that I see that is interesting and exciting, that this country is moving away from some of the cynicism and the division that has gotten this country nowhere. I mean, now, the ancestors, they knew these things and they fought hard against them. This generation should be better off. We should be better at fighting against these divisions, so that way, when our children come into the fold, or when they come into the picture, they can see each other as one nation. The great Abraham Lincoln said, a nation that cannot stand, a nation that's divided amongst itself, cannot stand. And that's true. Like, you have to be united. If you don't want to be united now, but you be united for the next generation. Because whatever you're doing now, some of them, they do it right in front of the kids. They talk about this division right in front of the children. Children are not supposed to be seeing these things. Because why? They are the future generation. Whatever they see now is what they're going to do in the future. So I'm excited that Michigan proved to these people that, look, we do not care about the religion of this person. We don't care about what he or she can do to make this country better, to make this state, the state of Michigan. At the end of the day, if Michigan is doing well, the people of Michigan are doing well. New York does better. Ohio does better. Minnesota does better. Chicago does better. The entire country does better. And that, my friend, are or is the dream and visions of the ancestors before you, to ensure that you are leaving for the next generation a better country. Now, with what Trump is doing, I think Trump is at a point where he knows he's wrong. He's not America first at this moment. We all want America first. The only thing I hope that Trump can do, hire a very good PR person, public relation person, that will make sure that those people that don't understand what's happening with his administration can get the right information. We don't need to listen to these news outlets out here, because you don't want to live in this great nation and to get your information from other country out there or some outlet outside of this country. Whatever information you're getting should be from within this country, and it should be right. It should be the right information. But I cannot listen to Trump says one thing, and then I hear this someone in Iran, someone in Pakistan, someone in Europe, someone in anywhere in the world says the opposite of what you just said. Because at some point you gotta look at the presidency, the office itself, with great respect and dignity, transparency, and morality, and say, you gotta respect this place. You gotta respect the office of the presidency. So I think get yourself a nice PR person that maybe at some time you don't need to say nothing. Let them say that for you. I think there should be another person, not the White House press conference person. No, should be someone that, if they, because I know Trump likes social media, that person can be a social media person. They cannot be a propagandist, even though most of the people on social, not most of them, some of them are actually propagandists. And their job is to just spew lies, division, all of these things that are not healthy. Some of the information you give, there are real human beings that are out in our world that listen to these things. Some people are so petrified of what's happening in the world that they are glued to these things. So you cannot just disseminate information anyhow you want to without disseminating the right information. And for those people that are listening to these outlets, you have to be careful too. Not everything that you hear or see on social media are right or the truth. So you got to be careful. And yeah, to see Michigan and few other states doing that, and let me tell you, this election is going to be something. If that guy go on to win in Michigan and in other parts of this country where people are running, even though they are the opposite religion, because they try to create this conflict between Islam and Christianity or and Judaism. They try to use religion because they know human beings are majority. If you look, they like to say majority of Americans are religious. That's not true. It's not true. Maybe few segments. Maybe they've once had some religious, organized religious encounter, but it's not true. If you look at maybe, and I don't want to say look at the stats because the stats is coming from them anyway. So may not even look at that. You just look at what's happening. Americans are becoming more or less religious. And this stuff, my friend, is petrifying. It's petrifying, not petrifying. It's petrifying the people that are controlling the matrix. Because the reason why it's petrifying them, because that's how they're able to control you. And the American people are becoming less inclined to government and political affiliation. Americans are becoming less politically affiliated, less religious. And that, my friend, is the change that's happening. Because religion does not make you a good person. Government does not do anything for you. The only thing government does, it makes situation worse for you. That's what they do. And you can see it based on their legislation. They're not going to legislate anything that's going to be in your favor. So you need true Americans, true individuals that can go and say, look, we're going to pass legislation now that would benefit our small communities, our small businesses, those people who are trying to rise up, which is what it's supposed to be. You know, imagine when everyone is doing well. People won't even care about politics. People won't even care about what color, ethnicity, nationality, religious, gender orientation their neighbors are. People won't care about that. Just give someone a job where they have decent job, they can provide for their family. They're not going to care about what you do. That's the story of America. I see this every day with people that are working. They're excited. They're happy to work, go to work, make money, buy whatever they wanted to buy and live and have fun with their family. Only those who want to control are doing these kind of things to make sure that people are basically they're creating the problems. So if it's jobs, they're creating the problems so you don't have jobs. Imagine if everyone had jobs. Do you think these politicians are going to even have a case or something to run on? Imagine if everyone is doing well. They're not going to have anything to run on. The only thing they would have to do is to make it better. That's the only thing. Because now if they don't keep that going, they're not going to be elected. So they're creating the problem so they can use that to run on. And both of them, both of these political parties in this country are in cahoot with each other. Yeah, they decide who runs the next election, who become the next president. It's a process. You have to see it. So yeah, I'm excited that a person can run in this country regardless of their religious beliefs, regardless of what they say about them, and win. It's about what you can do. That's what America is in a capitalistic society. And like America, right? It's about what you can do. If someone hires you, right? They hired you because of what you can do, what you can produce. They're not hiring because of the color of your skin. Maybe some of them does that, yes. But for the most part, it's what you can produce. If you go to that job and you can produce in a capitalistic society, that person has the right to let you go. That's how it should be. But some people will tell you, oh, the reason why they let you go is because of the color of your skin, it's because of your religious background, because of your race, because of your ethnicity. When that's not even new, imagine what the black people may have gone through. Black people, the indigenous black people of this country may have went through. and compare their own time to now. If you think yours is worse, look at theirs. And in spite of that, they fought. Some of them became great businessmen and women of their communities, created great many businesses, entrepreneurship in that despair and terrible situations. And you today, you need to get out of that division. They are trying. That's the only way they can stay relevant. I'm excited. I'm really excited to see Americans of all stripes. Their main boogeyman sometimes is the white man. But it don't mean the white man in America is the same as the white man in other places. There are good white people. There are not so good white people. It's the same with black people. There are good black people, and there are not so good black people. You find them in anywhere. You find them in America. You find them in Africa. You find them in Australia, Europe, South America. You find them anywhere. Let me tell you. And look at the Africans that are trying to do the right thing. Like Ibrahim Traore, they're trying to stand up for the people. The same people he's trying to stand up for are the same people that stabbed him in the back. And it's not even new. His ancestor was like done that way too. So there are these people everywhere you find them. But at the end of the day, when you understand the truth, when you have been fully transformed, and have fully discovered yourself, you can see between the lines and you can see the lies. And once you discover that, you will not buy into some of these divisions that are out here, because you would have understand that someone somewhere is trying to destroy you. And the only way they can do that is to set you apart from your neighbors, from your friend, from your family, and from those people that you love. And those people that all of you are in the struggle. All of you are victim of their demise. So I want to thank all those people that watch my videos. I want to thank those people that shares my videos. I want to thank you and your loved ones. As I've always said, even those who are subscribed to my channel. As I've always said, the greatest thing that could ever happen to anyone is not the day you were born. Not the day you had a fresh child, the day you graduated from high school, college, the day you became a lawyer, doctor. None of that. None of that stuff. The greatest thing that could ever happen to you, my friends, is the day you discover yourself. Because when you discover yourself, you can see these people. Say you're on social media and you're watching, you can see everything they're doing. You'd be like, this right here, this is the evil one. This right here is evil. Because they're always going to do something that will show you that they are not genuine. They are not honest. They are liars. And all they're doing is to get you trapped, get you to hit your fellow Americans, hit your fellow brothers and sisters, so that at the end of the day, you're fighting each other and they're just sitting right there watching you. That's the Satan and the devil they created. And that devil and Satan that they created is nothing but them. Satan is a human being. God is a human being. There's no entities out here that are these things that they are created in their head. Those things that are created are just non-animated things that they use to put their blame on, to put their incompetencies on, to put those things that they are not able to achieve on. But if you look deep from within yourself, you can see that no matter how your situation is, you can turn it around. How? By changing the way you think, by discovering yourself, and you find it. I just want to say thank you again. I hope that you and your loved one are doing great. And most importantly, I hope that you are in good health. Have a great and pleasant day. Thank you.